lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and this is a full face of first impressions. If you're new here, please subscribe down below. This is the first video I'm filming after I've hit 1k. So weird filming now I know I've hit 1k. I've been monetized. It's crazy. But I'm gonna have a whole 1k video, an announcement, everything is already up on Sunday that's just gone. So please go and hit that that video and watch it, because there's a few exciting announcements in there. And I'd love for you guys to go and watch it and see what I'm kind of planning now. So let's just get into this full face of first impressions. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Literally, cannot express how much and how thankful I am for hitting 1,000. Like, and Alex's Patreon group, they literally were like making sure I hit 1,000. Alex was making sure I was screen recording. Like, I'm so thankful. So thank you everybody. Let me just get into the video, because the video that I filmed for my 1k announcement is probably going to be filled with a lot of thank yous. So I have a lot of new makeup to test, some of which is, why am I just playing with my hands a lot? It's high-end, which is very weird for me. Like, I never have that much high-end makeup to play with. So we have an Ofra highlight, which I was going to do a video on its own, but I thought, do you know what? Let me just include this in a full face of first impressions. Or an APH highlight. Oh, I know I want to film two full faces, so one of these. We've got bits of viral makeup that I want to test out. We've got quite a bit here, so yeah, let's start with putting some base down on my eyes. You know what, before we put some eyeshadow base down, I want to use the Pears soap. Now, I've been seeing a lot on TikTok that there's this trend, soap brows. I do use Becky's brow jam, which is incredible, smells amazing. Again, I will try to remember to link her down below. Go check out her Etsy shop. She is incredible. I love it. I actually got a few of these from her Etsy shop. So this Pears soap is meant to be like a way to do soap brows. Like, I'm not really that clued up. Like, I just do my brows and that's it for me. So we're gonna do our brows with the Pears soap. Oh, comes in a little bag, which to be fair is that environmentally friendly, because usually when I buy the Dove soap bar, it's massive though, it just comes in a box, there's no bag in it. This is quite a lot of soap. Like, the Dove soap is probably like half this size. This was 79p though, so imagine being able to get your brows done for like 79p, like that soap brow. Some Primark priming water. Now, I think you're meant to just spray it, and then I think you're actually meant to leave it for a minute. So I'm going to spray it a couple more times, and I'm going to come back to it in a minute. The primer I will be using is the Fasali primer. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, I wasn't aware of a box called Cosmetips, and in that box they collab with like influencers and stuff, and they recently collabed with, oh my god, what was her name? I'll put a picture up here. And me and my friend Carly, we split the box. I got the primer, which I was so happy with. It actually came with the ABH highlighter as well. It came with eyelashes, it came with a cleanser, it came with a Tasha, what is her name? Primer. It came with this sonic brush that is meant to make your makeup flawless, like your foundation. So yeah, I do have this Fasali rose gold primer, and I'm going to be testing this today, which I am so happy to be doing. We're going to put our... Oh, it's splashing at me a bit. It's meant to make like a paste. I think I should have left it a little bit longer. But let me zoom you in. It does give them that fluffy effect. I don't like that too much. I like to just use it to define them a bit more. My hair is stuck to me. I do push them up, and then it helps me like this to do the shape, and then I will fill them in. I'm hoping I'm not putting too much product in, because you know it will go crazy. This brow over here is going very like soapy. This one not so much. And then I'll just fill them in, and I'll fill them in off camera, and I'll put my Beautybay eye base down in the shade 3, just because I have no other Beautybay eye base, no other eye base to use. So let's do that. Eyebrows on, primed and set. It actually worked alright. It is like really stiff, so you won't need a brow gel. I kept having to use like my spoolie and brush through it so it wasn't too harsh. But we are going to be using the collection Sahara Dunes palette, which I haven't opened. They've come out with like 5 new palettes. I have 2. I do want to get the rest. So the top row is all shimmers and the bottom row is all mattes. And you know I love a palette like that. So 8 shades. I think this was like £4.99. I have Ibiza and I just really want to get the rest of them. I want to go in with this shade here. I feel like these two are very similar, but I want to go in with the lighter shade, and then we'll just carry on blending with each shade after. A lot of kickback. I actually am going to take this into my crease as well. You know, I've noticed more and more my Beautybay eye base does crease. You have to work fast with it. Then we're going to blend it out with this shade here. I do feel like this could have one more like medium tone brown in it. Yeah, it definitely needs another brown because I'm finding it difficult to blend out that dark shade. Like there's a proper harsh line. Then I'm going to go in with this shade over here. It's like more of a bronzy khaki kind of shade on my lid. It's going to be a very quick look because we've got a lot of makeup to test. I will wet the brush because it's not Colourpop, let's just say that. Yeah, it definitely needed wetting. It's not like in your face bam, it's very neutral. So this would be good for like day to day. This shade, or if you cut your crease, this might have worked. I'm gonna mix a bit of this shade here as well. This should just brighten it a bit more. Oh, this is much better. Then we're going to take the first dark shade that we went in with, what was left on the brush, and just blend out the edges just slightly. This is definitely a cute little palette, definitely worth £4.99. I wouldn't pay any more for it. There's no texture from the eyeshadow or anything, and it did work better mixing those 2 shades together. So I feel like I'm going to pop on some lashes and stuff. I don't have anything new mascara or liner wise, but I do have the Lily lashes in Mykonos because that was in that box as well. So I'm going to attempt these eyelashes. They're very dramatic. I'm probably going to have to cut off some of the end, but yeah, I'm going to attempt these. They're in such a lovely box. You know when you can feel how heavy your lashes are? These are heavy, let me just say that. They are bloody heavy, and it was hard to get this inner corner on. This eyelasher went on perfectly. I did trim the edges. I usually trim like 2 kind of little bits off of them, but I think they, oh, that was my water bottle. They do look really nice. This eye I just struggled with because I'm right-handed, so it's easier to plop on here than it is on here. So let's get in with the primer. This is the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. It has gold flakes in there. I'm so excited. It's very oily looking. This reminds me of the Pro Base oil. Like I literally don't even have to squeeze out of the pipette because there's so much on the actual, around the pipette. It feels so good. That felt really, really nice. So for foundation, I have the new Collection Lasting Perfection Glow in the shade Cashew, which is number 6. That so nearly went on my white top. It's a pump. Okay. Oh my god, it is thick. Okay. Wow. So This is the foundation. I have no new concealer to test, so I've just put on my Conceal and Define in C5. It's maybe one shade too light. Off camera it looks perfectly fine, but with all the studio lights it is like maybe one shade too light, but it has blended into my neck really well. I did need a lot of it, like a lot, to get a good coverage with this foundation, but the coverage I am not mad at whatsoever. It looks really nice and glowy, but like not too glowy to the point where if you put powder on you're literally not going to be able to it's still going to shine through. So it's got a lovely sheen to it, but not too much of a sheen. I actually, from first impressions, do like this. For powder, I'm going to go in with the Infallible Powder to Foundation L'Oreal one, just because it's in the shade 120 Vanilla. I just feel like I'm not someone who likes powder foundations, I realise, but they give you such a nice, sorry, my eyes are so finish, because they add powder and they give you that extra bit of layer of like coverage. So I've noticed I really like that. I use my Revolution one as a powder now, I don't use it as a foundation. So I'm going to do the same with this one. First I want to put it under my eyes, and I am going to use a beauty blender for that. Then let's take a big fluffy brush and put it all around my face. So the powder doesn't go on as great as the Revolution one does over foundation, but I know it's meant to be a powder foundation, but it went on a bit patchy. It was really hard to build it up. However, I think I need to try it as like a actual powder foundation next, but for now my skin does look flawless. I'm liking the base. My under eyes are just so creased, but that's just natural. But yeah, it's looking alright. For bronzer, I have Back to Bronze by L'Oreal. Let's try this. It might be too pale, but we'll see. Oh, no, it's not too bad. That actually worked out really well. I'm thoroughly impressed with this bronzer, and it's really cute. I think it was like $5.99, and there's not a lot of product in here. There's like 9 grams, but it worked really well, like just blended into my skin nicely. It's very light, so if I was a bit tan in this I probably couldn't use it. For blush, I have the MUA blush in Rose Tea. I have been looking forward to using this blush for the longest time. I keep forgetting to pick it up. It's just one of those items, but glad I have it. This is a nice pale blush. I'm really like, just gives your cheeks that natural flush. I really like it. For highlight, I'm going to try the ABH one. I have to. I'm going to use Steph Tom's one in my next first impressions, because I feel like I've got enough for 2 full faces. It's just stunning. Let me swatch this for you. Look at that sheen. It is absolutely gorgeous. You see that? I'm not someone who buys high-end, and I have 2 high-end ones. I do want the new ABH one, but this is stunning. It is a loose highlighter, so it does go everywhere, but it is melted into my skin. I don't even need a beauty blender with that. It is the perfect shade of gold. For inner corner highlight, let's go in with the first shade here, and for my brow bone. And for lips, I have this new collection, Last Perfecting Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fierce number 3. Now they do have a darker shade than this, and sadly I didn't know that. I'm going to use MUA Agenda lip liner because I need a liner with red lips. It has like a weird smell to it. This is the finished look. Let me just say that the liquid lipstick took a good 5 minutes to dry down. Now that it's dried down, it's very comfortable. It's got a nice like sheen to it. Really nice. I love the liquid lipstick, I must admit. I have spoken about like what the products are like after I've applied them, just so this video isn't too long. The only thing I haven't really delved into is the palette, just because it is definitely worth the £5 price tag. It's a nice neutral everyday look. Do feel like they could have had one more brown try transition because that darker colour was definitely hard to blend out. The highlight worked really well, the liquid lipstick's really nice. Eyelashes took me a little while to put on, but now that I've had them on for a good 20 minutes, they feel okay. Like, I'm really impressed. I'm loving this look. I love the primer, I love the foundation, like literally I'm in love. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please smash it huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.